Now on every diploma, they're going to have one of these. That's a guarantee. Okay? There's some things that I don't know for sure on the diploma, and there's some things I do know for sure. They will have a logic puzzle or a logic game on them. Now, these, depending on, like I've tried to collect every variety I could. I spent a lot of time finding this stuff. And there's a worksheet that I have as well. Now, as much as some of you may be very good at them, some of you guys may struggle on this stuff, especially if you struggle on this stuff, you need to go through, okay? You need to go through and do all of these because it does change how you think when you do puzzles like this, okay? Math itself changes your thinking. It creates neural pathways that no other subject can. And, you know, that whole thing where, you know, you're doing polynomials, doing all this stuff, like, when would I ever use polynomials? And you wouldn't, okay? And when would you ever use a logic puzzle in your life? Well, you wouldn't. But you know, when you're building a house, building a deck, when you run into situations where a solution has to be found, that only comes from mathematical thinking. Okay? Anytime you have to use logic or thinking, right, that's those neural pathways. If they're created, you're better at doing these things. So right now you're like, oh, I suck at these, and I always suck at these, and I'll never get better at them. That's not true. Okay? If you go through these, you will be good enough to get it on the diploma. Okay? I'm not going to say I'm going to make a machine out of you, but you will be good enough to get them in the diploma. And if you're not good at them now, you're especially going to have to do these. And if you are good at this kind of stuff, you're going to go through this stuff quick. It's kind of that simple. Now, as we go through this stuff, right, we're all going to think about it differently too. Now, here is a kind of a scenario that you have to use pure logic to get. It just doesn't come out and say it. But it says, Hugo gave Kate a gift that begins with the same letter as his name. Jack put his gift in a box and wrapped it with pink wrapping paper. Desmond's gift, which was not candy, smelled really good. Neither Jack nor Sawyer gave Kate something she could eat, and Ben needed an oven to give his gift. Okay? Now, we've got to find out who gave what. Okay? Now, I, of course, made the sheet, so I went through it and did all of these, right? But any for sure's on here? Sometimes you can just check that off and, oh, we know this one. Yeah?
Is this a one-time thing, or is it can be multiple? Do you guys do multiple gifts?
No, one gift each. Okay, I started with Ben too. Ben, yeah, so don't be putting stuff in. So Yusuf has Ben making a cake. Okay, there you go. Okay, but how come? Yeah, that's the only thing. Okay, so Ben needs an oven. So I started with Ben too. So just for our notes, okay, put first here, and so I started with Ben needed an oven because flowers, candy, heart necklace, okay, cookie. You know what? And again, you do have to, and you cross that out. Anytime you can get a for sure on there, that really takes the slack off the rest. Okay, now I need hands up, right? I don't need people yelling out. I need a second and why. Yes? Okay, so I thought that, yeah, Desmond is given flowers as well, because, let's go to Desmond, it's not candy, and it smelled good, right? So that's saying that it could have been the two. So maybe you started with Desmond and you said, oh, it could be cookies or flowers. But then you see Ben, so you can cross that out as well, right? So that's second done. Yes? Okay, so okay, so can you finish yours? Yusuf, say that again. Okay, so I did go to Jack next. Did anyone go to Jack next?
I went to John next.
Okay, you tell me why you went to John. John's what?
Because I saw that neither Jack nor Sawyer gave Kate something that they can eat, right? Which means there's only one food item left, so it can't be candy. But Hugo gave Kate a gift that begins with the same letter as his name, which means that the only one that can give Kate candy is John.
Okay, well, Hugo. See, I did John last. Okay, so what do we know about, he put his gift in a box and wrapped it. So flowers could be candy or heart necklace though, couldn't it? But
then it says neither Jack nor Sawyer gave Kate something they can eat.
oh no, you're right. I did do Jack and Sawyer second.
Yeah, so that means isn't it a heart necklace?
Okay, so let's read. Okay. Just one at a time here. So let's talk about this. Neither Jack nor Sawyer gave Kate something to eat. So Jack, we would maybe cross things off. Okay, so Jack is not giving candy or cookies. But why can't he be giving? Okay, we're going to cross off flowers because. Okay. Do you see why with Jack I crossed off flowers, candy, and cookies? And Sawyer, you would cross candy and cookies off too, correct? But I can't cross out anything else for them yet, can I? Okay, so then I just want you to make a little, and we did this third so far, but we really haven't got anything yet. Can I do anything more with Jack and Sawyer right now? No. Okay, so where would we go next? Hugo gave Kate a gift that begins with the letter of his name. So Hugo would have given. So we don't know for sure, do we? Okay, and the fishing pole is too big? Okay. And again, you do have to make some assumptions, but let's say we're not putting a fishing pole in a box. So we got Jack done. Jack is done, Desmond's done, and Ben's done. Hugo gave Kate a gift that begins with the same letter as his name. So it's now that heart candies is gone, it has to be the heart necklace. Heart balloon. Heart balloon, yeah. Okay. So we got Jack done and Hugo. So who's left? Okay. So what did Sawyer give? Why? Heart balloon's done. Sorry, heart balloon's done. So Sawyer gave fishing pole.
John, what crazy Dan?
And then John gave, John gave the candy. Okay. Okay, so just on your own right now, this is a multiple choice. I think I got this off of a diploma practice, but anyway, okay, no more talking out, right? Because then people just zone out. Pick which one, and then with just a hand up, I want you to give me which one it is and why. Okay, so don't spit it out. I want you to, and you definitely have to have a why. I want to know your rationale, because obviously, fast question on the diploma again. A lot of places. This took me a long time to make this stuff. Okay. You got which one? Which one? Why B? Okay, let's listen, guys. Okay, so we know that actually I got that everything's moving counterclockwise every step, and a new shape is introduced. So this pattern, triangle should have been here, correct? So then I know it's either B or D. And you can see that the square must be following it. Does everybody see that? Okay, so therefore it's definitely B. Okay, now what is the answer if from the numbers below you multiply by 5 the number of the even numbers that immediately follow an odd number? So what's the answer if from the numbers below you multiply 5 by the number of even numbers that immediately follow an odd number? Okay, so again, I don't want the answer. Who could tell me what to do? Who gets what to do here? Yes, tell me what to do. Okay. You multiply 5 by the number of even numbers that immediately followed by an odd number. Okay, so is 4 an even number that has an odd number immediately after it? Okay, what would be the next number? 8. Okay, next number? This 4 here, right? The next number? And 2. Okay, so how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of them, and it says to multiply that by the number 5. Okay, so if I'm going to try to be psychic, I would think this is the one you'll see. Something like this in your diploma. Okay, let's see if I'm right. It's always nice when the students walk out and they go, Mr. Turner, that one you said was on there. It was on there. I knew it. Okay, good. Now, this is what I have seen the most common. So it's weird. It's kind of on the puzzle line, but it's not, right? It is like translating or deciphering a code. Now, it wants to know the value of X. So triangle plus circle plus 2 stars equals X. You see that? This column was added up and they got the number X. And then you put X in the box. Okay? So again, don't yell out though, right? Give me something that you would do to start this? Yes?
Triangles are.
No. Right. Okay. So let's find out what a triangle is worth. Because look at this row. It says 4 triangles equal 8. So I'm going to write that statement out. 4 triangles equals 8. Divide by 4, divide by 4. So the first thing that I've translated is that a triangle means 2. Now there's a lot of different columns and rows here to go to, so we have to be strategic. And again, don't yell it out. Just putting up your hand. Where would you go next? Yes?
The second row from the left.
Second column?
Yeah, the second column.
So this here.
Down, yeah.
Because now anytime we see triangle, what do we think now? 2. So that's 2 plus 2, right? So 4 plus 2 circles equals 10. Now I'm going to do algebra. I hope that doesn't look like 20s, right? 2 circles. So you're going to subtract 4. 2 circles equals 6. So a circle equals 3. So you want to write that. Circle equals 3. This is the only way. You have to break this down. But yes, they will have one of these on your diploma. Okay? Well, the whole test will be fun. This will be like the extra giddy up that you need to keep going. Okay. Again, let's be strategic. Where should I go next? You mean, okay, rows run this way, columns run this way. First column. Okay, why first column? I've already done second column. Okay, second row. Why? Because we can now figure out what a square is. Okay? So, and you know what? Like, you've got to you got to go to the diploma. I would bring highlighters with you, and I would be bringing like different colored pencils or stuff, because there's a few places where this will get weird. Because now, let's write stuff in. This is worth 2, and this is a 3 and a 3. Correct? So what must that square? Because I have square plus 3, 6, 8 equals 12. So square would equal 4. Does that make sense? 4 plus 8 equals 12. Okay? So then where should I go?
Either first or fourth column.
Yeah, you could go first or fourth. I did this one. Okay, because that would be, I know that a triangle is 2, a square is 4, 4, so 2, that's 10, plus star equals 15. What does star equal? Now I can find x, can't I? What's the value? So this is 5, that's 5. Circle is 3, that's 2. So let's see if I can call it. See if that one will be on the diploma. It'd be nice, right, if it is, because you know how to do it. Okay. Now, I'm probably the best at these kind of things. And some people really despise them with every fiber of their being. But this is the other type that could be on there, but I'm still calling the other one. Going on record. On tape. Okay? Anyway. So, 8 people are running a race. So I'm going to show you how I do these. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get those 8 spots down. Now, this one, this first sentence is also all just an insult to your intelligence because it gives a spot away already. Actually, you should write this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, the only thing, the multiple choice may say, what place did Sarah come in or something, right? That's all they want to know. But you still can't go, oh, I'll pick, right? You have to do the work. So the first thing you find out is Brian, and they're always good. They don't give them like it's Brian, Brad, Benita, like they don't do that, okay? They're pretty good. In fact, they're usually A, B, C, D, E names or whatever. But anyway, so we got Brian is, okay? So I actually try to cross things out if I can. I'm not, what would you call, like, some people can just look at this and whatever. I don't. I have to do this stuff. Okay? Like the last one, I have to do all the steps. Now, Sam finishes the marathon in 4th place. Okay? And again, another insult. It's like, why did he even get up this morning for this crap? Okay? Now, he finishes after Carl, but before Sarah. So this is like weird. Like this is, you kind of can't commit at this point. He finishes after Carl. So no, it doesn't mean Carl is 3rd. He could be 1st. Doesn't mean he finishes right after Carl. And he's before Sarah. So we know that Carl is in here. And see, this is about, so Sarah's there, okay? So I'm going to put Sam here so we don't get Sam and Sarah. So don't say that Sarah's 5th place and Carl's 3rd. It doesn't say Sam finishes right after Carl. Okay? It says he finishes after Carl but before Sarah. Now, Carl finishes after Rick but before Andrea. So Carl finishes after Rick, but before Andrea. Maybe we'll just keep reading. Sarah finishes before Robert, but after Brian. Okay, Anne finishes 2 places after Andrea. Sarah's not last, no. Okay, so he finishes after Carl. Okay, so, yeah, I've done it. So I know Carl's here. Like, it's hard to I don't want to just give it to you, and then it was like a waste of time. I might as well just photocopy it. Here you go, here, and do some more puzzles, right? So he finishes after Carl, but before, now Carl finishes after Rick. So there's a Rick on this side of him. Right? But before Andrea. So it's like this could be Andrea anywhere in here. Does that make sense? Okay, well, we'll let's just get that part because you're going to mess people. Now, Sarah finishes before Robert. Well, yeah, they are. That wasn't nice. Carl finishes after Rick, but before Andrea. So we got that one. Sarah finishes before Robert, but after Brian. Okay, so would Carl be number 2? Why? Number 3. No. Okay, who said Rick's first? Why? Okay, but you said Carl was in 3rd place. Oh, so so Carl finishes after Rick, but before Andrea. So it should be Rick, Carl, Andrea. And when we finish this, we'll see if it's right. We'll do it again. And then it says Sarah finishes before Robert. Okay, so we know it's got to be a Sarah, Robert, but after Brian. So Sarah finishes before Robert, but after Brian. And then Anne is 5th. Okay, so if I just, and then you have to do this again. Brian is the 6th. Yeah. Oh yeah. Question. No, he didn't say he finished right after Carl. He finished after Carl. So you can't lock yourself in, or you will get it wrong. Okay. Now, these two, you may have seen them before. This is Sudoku. Now, Sudoku is a brand name, so they won't use this on the diploma, but they could come up with a game just like it. Now, what Sudoku says, see if there is 6, it's a 6 by 6. Yeah, this is a 6 by 6 Sudoku, so you could you use numbers 1 to 6. Most Sudokis are 1 to 10. Okay? Yeah, I've seen 1 to 10s as well. Okay, 10 by 10s. Now, the goal is you cannot have repeated numbers in a row, in a column, or in a box. So what am I trying to say? You cannot have repeated numbers. You have to use numbers 1 through 6 here. Do you see? And this one's done for you. They've used the numbers 1 through 6. You cannot have 2 1s in a column anywhere, or 2 1s in a row anywhere. Also, you cannot have a repeat within a box. Okay? Now, where is the most logical place to start this? Because there is logical places. Bottom left, right here? Okay, why? You could put a 4 here. Okay, I can't put a 2 here, can I? Well, no, not 2. What are my numbers I'm missing? 4 and 1. So why can't I put a 1 here? Exactly. If I said this, I'm like, aha, boom, done. No, you're not. You can't have 2 4s there. So logically says this has to be 1, 4. Okay, now that helps a lot because you can now start to get maybe some other things narrowed down. How about here? Is there any things that I can narrow down here? 6 and 3. 6 and 3 are needed to complete the box. And again, I can't put a 6 here, can I? Because of this 6. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying you can't. It would be 3, 6, right? You've never done these before? Okay. Where would you go next? Here, right? What two numbers am I missing? 2 and 5. So can I do this now? I can't do this one, can I? Because I don't know if it's 2, 5 or 5, 2. There's nothing telling me. Okay, so look for any places there's 2 missing. Like here, these 2 I could maybe fill in, because do this row. 4 can't go here, can it? So this must be a 4. Therefore, this is a 5. Now I'm starting to build, I can work in here. Okay, what am I missing in here? 3 and 1. And I can't put a 3 here. So that should be a 3. That should be a 1. Okay. Now, I've got 2 missing here. What numbers am I missing? 5 and 6. No, that's not, I don't know for sure. Because that could be a 6, 5. That could be a 5, 6. That's not where I need to go right now. Okay, so why, you're saying this has to be a what? 5. Why? If I put a, so you're saying I can't put a 6 here. Why can't I put a 6 here? You can't put a 5 here? Ah, okay, yeah, good. There, yeah. You can't put a 5 here. You can't put a 5 here, and obviously not here. So this is the only place the 5 can go. Right. That's good.
And that means the 6 has to go in that left spot in the bottom right. Okay. That's good. Yes, 6 can be across. 6 has to be the
Yeah, you can't put a 6 here. Can't put a 6 here. Yeah. See, Tony's getting all frustrated. We all think different, Tony. Okay? Okay. Because I did this totally different than this, from this point anyway. Okay, so now, what do you guys, what can we narrow down? Can we narrow anything down here yet?
You can narrow down the 3 in the bottom right corner box.
Bottom right?
Yeah. No, the bottom. No, the bottom.
So you can't put a 3 here. Yeah, you can put a 3 here though.
Yeah.
So then what's left here? A 1. Okay.
And that means that has to be a 1 right there in the top right box.
That can't be a 1. Because I got to.
In the 4, underneath the 4, that has to be a 1.
Okay, yes, that has to be a 1. Anything else? You can't. You want a 2 here? 2 doesn't work here. You want a 2 here?
Why doesn't 2 work in the... Actually, yeah, why doesn't a 2 work?
Okay, so you put, oh yeah, see what I did? And this one could, because I put this as 2, this is 5. This you could put as 5 and 2, and I guess you could get away with switching both of them. Okay, so I did the 2, 5. This would have to be a 5, 2. But if you made this 2, 5, this would have to be, right? So so that one kind of has, usually they don't have two answers. Okay, there it is, done. See, and this one wasn't bad, but usually they don't give you an entire row. They would never give you a row. Okay, now this one is called KenKen. I don't name them. Yeah. Now, this is a 3 by 3, so you only get to use the digits 1 to 3. And the way it works is, do you see how you have a dark box? In that dark box, you only get to use the digits 1, 2, and 3, and they must equal 5 by adding. Now, there's one I've given you later where they put in multiplication and division too. Okay? So, now this box here says, it's like, give me all the things you can put in that box equal 1. So it's not a tough one. Okay? And then you deal with the 5. Now, it can be 2 or 3 or 3 plus 2. You cannot, again, have more than one number in the same row or column. Okay, so you really can't, you can do it, I would pencil it in, so it's either 2, 3 or 3, 2, right? Like if you put this as 2, 3, okay, now this has to equal 3 in this box, has to equal 3. What digits can I use? Huh? But I can't use 1 and 2 because there's a 2 there. So that means this is bad. No, 4 plus 1 is 5. You have to use addition. If that was 3 minus, you could use 4 and 1, but you can't use 4 because you only use digits 1 to 3. Okay, so this would be 2, 1. Okay, what's in this box? Okay, is it 3, 1 or 1, 3? 1, 3. If I can't put 3, 1 because you can't have 2 1s. See these 2 1s? Not good. And then 3 and 2. And you can see you've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You don't have anything repeated in any row or column. Okay. So I've given you a sheet to work on. Now you can work on that with someone, but I do want to see it done at the end of the period. Okay, so I'm actually, please bring it up so I can check it off, and I want to see if you got it right, because I want to record this in my book for everyone that gets it done. I've given it to you. It's the sheet that is not the notes.